If you're a city manager or a superintendent of a school district or an executive at a Fortune 500 and you've heard about ESCOs but you don't really know what an ESCO is, well, you're not alone. Your colleagues probably don't know either. So let me tell you what an ESCO is. An ESCO stands for Energy Services Company, often referred to as a Guaranteed Energy Performance Contract. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're a city manager and you have a building. For that matter, you have a whole bunch of buildings. And every year you spend $1 million to pay for energy. And along comes Mr. ESCO and he says, you should be spending only $600,000 on energy. You're wasting $400,000 every year. And I could save that for you. And you say, well, that's wonderful. How am I ever going to do that? And Mr. ESCO says, well, if you upgrade your HVAC and AC, convert your lights to LEDs, install some automation and smart control systems, put in some distributed energy such as PV solar and battery storage. And you say, well, that sounds great, but how am I ever going to convince my city council to pay for this? My city doesn't have the money. And Mr. ESCO says, I'll tell you what, I'll help you pay for it. And not only that, we'll install new fire systems, smart security systems, even smart city and infrastructure systems so your community is resilient and safe and prepared for the future. And what happens is you will only spend $600,000 on your utilities, and you just pay me $350,000 to pay for all the equipment. That's a total of only $950,000 a year. You were paying $1 million a year. So right away, from day one, you're going to put $50,000 back in your taxpayers' pockets. And you say, that sounds great, but how do I really know that I'm going to save $400,000 a year in energy expenses? And Mr. ESCO says, I'll tell you what, not only are you going to save that, but we will guarantee that you're going to save that amount of money every year. And if you don't save $400,000 every year, we will absolutely make sure you're compensated for the difference. And because we're taking that extra risk, we're actually going to maintain your system as well to make sure you save that amount of money. And you say, let's do it. Your board loves you. The taxpayers jump for joy in your community. Businesses flock in. Tax revenue accumulates like you've never seen before. And you are seen as a champion of your town. And that is an ESCO.